I know everybody just wants to know, is Alsa even a good hero? Should I build her? Is it good for free to play? There's so many questions, and over the course of this weekend, we are going to have a ton of videos about this hero because, well, she's not quite a meta-defining hero, because if you're a meta-defining hero, you're changing up the meta, you're making a new team. And that's not what she is. She's a meta boosting hero, which means she's actually making an already existing team composition even stronger. Yes, you probably already guessed it. Eironn, Carolina, that whole thing. She does some insane burst at the very beginning of battle and has some decent survivability, crowd control, and she synergizes with one of the brand new artifacts as well. And we're going to get that testing done here today and show you guys why she is so amazing, at least in the end game. If you guys want to see some more free to play early game type stuff, don't worry, that'll be coming later in this weekend. So make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button, make sure you guys follow and check out all these videos on the hero. Let's jump right into it. So let's start and talk about the pieces required for this Wombo combo to kind of go off. First off, you guys have probably already seen him quite a bit either on our channel, Vulcan, or other people's channel. Eironn is amazing, and getting him to Mythic Plus gets his exclusive weapon. This is extremely important because this weapon allows him to cast his ultimate at the beginning of battle without consuming energy. Even though the damage is reduced, that's not as big of a deal. It's getting everybody grouped up and applying this, which is considered a crowd control effect. So number one, getting Eironn as the first piece, very important. Piece number two is going to be Carolina, and this one is very important as well. Getting her to Mythic Plus, again, this is a very much a later game strategy. You don't necessarily need her to be past just getting her exclusive. The important part here is that she's going to be doing the third cast of Snowball Witchery. Carolina deals AoE damage to adjacent tiles, and they reduce the enemy's magic defense by 15%. Of course, going up to plus 10 is really good because then you get even more magic defense reduction. And you might be like, Barry, why are you caring about that? Wouldn't Alsa deal physical damage? She's got all those rocks and everything. You'd think so, but no. My girl Alsa is yep, she's a mage, so there she does magic damage. Even though all of her abilities are like rock based and physical based, they're actually magic, which makes sense because, you know, she is a mage. And beyond that, it really doesn't even come down to her needing her mythic equipment, anything like that. This is the part that absolutely is insane. Rolling Boulder. Alsa senses the vibrations of ley lines to locate all enemies recently affected by control effects, then forms and drops rocks on their head. Does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage, and we're going to show you exactly why. So you don't really need her to get an ultimate off. You don't need this right here. Like there's all these extra things she does have. She works just by having this, as long as you have her built up and she has a decent amount of attack, because of course this does percentage of attack and increases this stat by each point of skill power gained. Those two things are important because this Wombo combo goes off at the very beginning of battle. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is one of the new artifacts for the season called Crescent Spell. You get this like halfway through the currently unlocked zones. I think you get it like end of level, like zone 2 or something like that. But this one has attack, defense, penetration, which isn't as important. HP, those are cool, but this is the part that reads well. Conjures an energy orb that grows stronger with your magic attack when the battle starts. Once your allies' combined magic damage is dealt by 650% of your initial team attack, it fires an energy orb at the tile where the most enemies gather. Guess what? We have Eironn grouping them all up. This orb deals magic damage equal to 40% of the team's current team attack to the enemies in the target tile and its surrounding one tile range, reducing their magic defense by 35%. Hey, look at that. Another Carolina effect. A new energy orb is created afterwards, and then later on it gets even more insane. I just want to introduce this to you so you know what it was when you get to see it happening. So sadly, I've used all of my PvP chances today, so we're going to go ahead and go through some of the AFK battles in the new season. You can see right here, we're in the season version. We're going to jump in here, and I'm going to show you exactly what makes this team go crazy. So again, we're using the Crescent spell plus 10, and typically this is what the team is going to look like. Now, you can drop out Smokey. He's not really required. Thorn's nice just for the tankiness, buy some time. You could potentially run some other heroes in this lineup too. I don't know know exactly who I'd want to put in just yet. You could put in like a Florabelle for additional stun chances. If you do have Cessia, especially at Mythic Plus, her basic attack is going to basically root someone, which could cause another big boost of damage. But let's jump into this and show you guys what is happening here. So I can't go too slow. We can show you a few battles here, but at the beginning, see how they get all these rocks above their head and then all of a sudden they drop to their faces. You can see how much damage that can do. It's even more in the early rounds. And then there's that big orb that gets thrown in the back. Carolina has some issues surviving in this team sometimes. But again, every time Eironn does this right here, the rocks accumulate above the heads and then they smash down into the faces of those below right there and does a ton amount of damage. Let alone this hero is literally Sonic on the battlefield. Literally, she's Sonic. She just zooms all around, does all these things. We can just finish this up real quick. I want to show you guys the scorecard at the end because this is what the combo is all about. Tons of AoE damage. I need to protect Carolina a little bit more in the strategy. Smokey honestly doesn't even do that much either. He does boost attack, but if you do take a look at the amount of damage this hero is doing. Even Thorns doing pretty good. Eironn's just here to participate in the crowd control. Let's see if we can do one more battle and get you guys a better look at this. And again, you can drop Smokey for some other hero that might come in later on. The other thing you could do is potentially use like a Rowan and maybe do something like this where Rowan's going to feed energy to these heroes. So watch again, right at the beginning here, Eironn uses his ability, which counts as a control effect, and then all these rocks get formed because of that Rolling Thunder ability from Alsa, and then they smash down to the ground and watch these heroes just disappear. Just gone. Bye-bye. They're not here anymore. They are gone. Eironn's down, but again, we don't really care because we got so many other pieces of damage going on here, and we even got this little orb being formed, our little spirit bomb. And my goodness, this combo is amazing. Like I said, she's not a meta-defining hero. She's just taking a current meta team that's already very, very good in multiple game modes and making it so much better. Now, I will say, as far as Alsa's survivability goes, it's pretty solid. And beyond that, you'll notice we have these season skills unlocked as well. After casting the ultimate, deals damage to the current target with each of the next 4 casts. We basically unlock this, I believe, at level 50. So you just have to get a hero to 50, nothing else, and it simply unlocks it. And you get to get this extra boost. And it's basically, after casting ultimate, it deals damage again. You read it again. This one's a little different. Lock on projectiles. Shoot a projectile at the target for every 2 seconds your control effects last on that target, dealing extra damage. That one's really good. So just note, all these things do unlock at around level 50. They didn't really play much of a role into this combo. This combo is working before that, so I want to make sure I address that as well. And it's really cool because even Thorns increases the damage dealt to a target by 11% for 3 seconds after dealing damage to the target with normal attacks. Can't stack, but that is a nice big boost of damage if he's hitting at least one target there. And Smokey's, I did not even read. For every 5 seconds, increases the attack and haste for 3 seconds for the ally who dealt the most damage and has HP ratio above 75%. Oh my gosh, these heroes are going to start getting pretty crazy. So let me know what you think about the Alsa Wombo combo doing crazy amounts of damage. And again, take 1 second, hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't done it just yet. I think we just hit 16,000 subscribers yesterday, so thank you guys so much for the support so far. I'm going to try to have a bunch of Alsa videos out for you this week, whether it's on the meme team, my free-to-play account, this one, or a viewer account. If you guys are in the earlier mid-game and you have a Alsa, take a look. Later today, we should also be covering a 1 Alsa setup to see is she actually worth grabbing a copy of. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time.